beautiful friends. It is Wednesday, day 3 of my intuitive raw reset. So I know yesterday I was a little MIA. It was a super busy day. I had to take Frida to the vet, take care of some stuff, and I was just feeling like super detoxy. So oh, by the way, I got a new car camera mount, so we'll see how this works. I don't know. Testing it out. We're here for it. We're gonna find out real quick. That is bright. But anyway, so wasn't feeling super hot yesterday, feeling really detoxy. It was just kind of a stressful day. And I shared that I ended up just listening to my body and doing a cooked dinner. So for dinner, I ended up just having some steamed potatoes. That's what sounded good to me, and I wasn't really hungry. So I just had a little bit of steamed potatoes, and it actually was really helpful with my detox symptoms. I had kind of a faint headache all day that I couldn't get rid of, and just felt detoxy. If you've ever detoxed, you know how that feels. I'm sorry this is so blown out, but I'm driving, so I'm not going to do anything about it. But hopefully it won't be so sunny in a little bit. Anyway, so the point of that being that it is okay to listen to your body and honor what it is telling you. So for me, I know the symptoms of detox. I know when I'm feeling like I'm just rushing it, and I know how to slow it down, and that's by incorporating more cooked food. And by cooked food, I mean cooked vegetables, cooked potatoes. So honoring your body and eating cooked food to slow down your detox doesn't mean going and getting a cheeseburger. It means just adding foods that are still medicinal and that will still help you heal, but that just aren't so potent that it's gonna push you to feel yucky, because this journey can be enjoyable if we allow it to be, and if we just allow ourselves to learn from the lessons that our body is trying to teach us. A little better. Anyway, so that being said, listen to your body, honor your body. Healing is not a race to the finish, and that was really hard for me to understand at first, because I am an all in, all or nothing, go big or go home. I'm just an extremist. I always have been, and as much as I work on balance, part of me always will be. It's just the way I am, and I've learned to embrace that, and there's a lot of good that comes with that too. But when you're detoxing, it's not just push through, power through, get to the finish line, and then you're done. It's really much more complex than that, and it really is, as cliche and cheesy as it sounds, it really is about the journey. So the biggest reason why it is not healthy for us to just power through, push through, get really uncomfortable is because I talk to my clients about finding your detox sweet spot. And what that means is you're detoxing to a point where you're still doing a lot of work, you're still getting the toxins out, you're detoxing at a rate that is healthy for your body, but you're not pushing it so far that A, you're uncomfortable all the time, B, you're not able to go about your ADLs, which is your activities of daily living, whatever those might be, and they're different for everybody, depending on your lifestyle, depending on how much healing you've done, depending on how much healing you have to do. So to someone that might just mean, getting the bare minimum done. To someone that might be working full-time, raising a family, going to school, whatever. So whatever your activities that you have to accomplish and that you've been accomplishing, you should still be able to accomplish those while you're healing. Yes, you want to give yourself more time to rest, but you don't need to stop your life for 6 months, a year, 2 years. It's not realistic. And my whole approach to this lifestyle, to medical medium information, to healing from Lyme, chronic conditions, whatever it may be, is making it realistic, making it work for you. So, I see a lot of people that are just home all day juicing and chopping and doing these things, and it's like, that's amazing, and like, that's wonderful that you can do that, but it's not realistic for the majority of us to just be tied to our juicer, be tied to our kitchen, be obsessing over our food. And for example, like these first 3 days of my detox, or my, intuitive raw reset, I really didn't expect to have much going on, and then boom, I did. So Monday was super busy, I was gone all day. Yesterday was super busy, I was gone all day. I thought I was going to stay home all day today and rest, and then my mom and sister said, come into the city, let's go get lunch. My sister has a babysitter. I never get to see her without the kids, so I'm like, yeah, let's go. I don't want to miss out on those things, even though, I'm eating this certain way. So you make it work for you. I woke up a little earlier. I did my lemon water, I did my celery juice, I made a big smoothie that I have in an ice chest in the back that I'm going to bring to lunch and have for my lunch, because I don't have breakfast until noon anyway. And then I brought some grapes and some apple slices and, some fruit to snack on if I get hungry later. And I'm just going to make it work, because you don't have to choose between living your life and healing, getting healthy. And that's so ridiculous. And I think that's something that's kind of put into our heads, is like, okay, I just need to like stop my life, get better, and then start again. And the problem is with that, then when you start again, guess what? You're gonna get sick, because you don't know how to combine the two, healing and living. So that's like my whole thing, because I just wasn't willing to not have it all. I wasn't willing to say, okay, I'm going to stop living my life, I'm going to stop seeing my friends, I'm going to stop hanging out with my family, I'm going to stop, going out and traveling and doing these things. Like, no, that comes from a place of fear, and that does not come from an abundance mindset. So you can do it all, you can have it all, but you have to learn what works for you. You have to be careful. You can't do whatever you want, but you can find a way to make healing and living work for you, basically. And what I wanted to say about detoxing too rapidly is I was listening to a medical medium podcast like months ago, a long time ago. I'll try to find it and link it below. But when we think we're doing this great thing by like detoxing so hard that we just like feel like crap, and we're just pushing ourselves, but like we're warriors, we can power through. No, because when you're detoxing faster than your liver can keep up with, and remember, like, this is all about liver health, honestly. Our liver is responsible for so much, and it takes the burden for all this stuff that we do to it, what we're eating, what we're breathing, what we're putting on our skin. So when we are overwhelming our liver by trying to detox too rapidly, not only can it not keep up, but it's just going to end up like spitting that stuff back out into our body, back out into our bloodstream. And that's part of the reason we feel so crappy. We're not actually detoxing. Like, we detox a little and then it's just like, ugh, too much. Detox a little and then it's just like, ugh, too much. So that's actually really unhealthy too. And that's something that it can be beneficial to work with a practitioner to help you find your detox sweet spot. And when you feel like you are detoxing too rapidly, to let you know what to add back into your diet, or sometimes what to take out of your diet. Like, sometimes, spirulina or barley grass juice powder or some of the supplements that I take, sometimes they're just too much for me. And I can feel it, I can see it in my skin when I'm detoxing too quickly. I just feel yuckier than I know I have to be healing. So it's really like a delicate dance in finding this balance of what works for you, what works for your body, and what works for your healing journey. So I just wanted to go on a little rant and talk about that. And I'm feeling like much better today just from having some potatoes last night. Honestly, that's the only change I made. And I feel a little less puffy. Like, for me, when I have a flare that kind of comes out out of nowhere. Another thing that happens to me is I gain weight overnight out of nowhere. So recently I literally gained 10 pounds in less than a week. And for me, I know my body, and I know you cannot gain 10 pounds of fat in a week. And that what that is just a really sluggish liver and a lot of inflammation. And so when I start detoxing, the inflammation goes down, the weight goes down, and you know, I'm able to feel more comfortable in my body in the way that I just don't feel achy and bloated and puffy and painful. So that's another sign for me to see if I'm at kind of my detox sweet spot. If it seems like my liver is functioning properly or functioning better than it was a few days ago. So that's another way to tell, and like you really do get to know your body, do get to know yourself, do get to know what your signs and symptoms are of being in a flare, of being, you know, moving in the wrong direction and then moving in the right direction. But when you don't know that, it can be beneficial to work with someone that's been through it and can kind of coach you through it. So anyway, like I said, if you can't tell, I am on the Golden Gate Bridge driving into San Francisco, and I'm excited to have a little bit of girl time. And another thing, like when eating out with friends and family and you're bringing your own food, it's not always the most comfortable thing. So I always suggest like maybe a place where you go up to the counter and order, and then they bring it to your table, or like one of those kind of more casual places, or you go up to the counter and order and they give you like a buzzer. I'm not talking like fast food, but there are a lot of, you know, kind of lunchy kind of places that are just more casual, where you're not necessarily being waited on. And for me, that's more comfortable when I bring my own food. But also if you have to go to a restaurant, like you are able to bring your own food, to let the waiter or waitress know, like, hey, this is what's going on, I'm on a special diet, or I have this condition, or whatever you're comfortable telling them. And that's okay. Like, never eat something that you're not comfortable eating just because you don't want to be impolite. And that was also really difficult for me to learn because I'm a people pleaser and I'm working on that. But yeah, it's your body, your choice. Anyway, so that's my little rant for right now, and I hope that maybe you learned something that was a little bit helpful when it comes to detox. All right, going through the toll booth. It's $9 I'll never see again, but it's okay. I'm back. Did you miss me? I thought of one more thing that I wanted to say. Took my Dandy Blend latte to go today, but I thought of one more thing that I wanted to say to you guys, just regarding the pressure to be perfect in all areas of life, but especially when it comes to healing, because this is not an easy journey. This is not a journey that, you know, you chose to be on, yet here you are. So you have to just give yourself that grace that it's not going to look perfect every day. It's not going to look perfect all the time. You're going to slip up. You're going to, you know, make mistakes, whatever that means. But you're here and you're putting in the work and you're showing up for yourself. So that also was really difficult for me. Like, stress is just so toxic. Like, incredibly toxic. And medical medium talks a lot about adrenaline. This is like why we're not drinking caffeine and doing these things that like make our body produce adrenaline. So like with caffeine, it's not the actual caffeine that even gives you the energy. That caffeine makes your body produce adrenaline, and that makes you feel all like hopped up on coffee or whatever. And adrenaline feeds disease. Adrenaline feeds disease almost more than all of these bad foods and these no foods. So it is so harmful to have like all this adrenaline flooding through your body. And a great way to create that adrenaline is just to be stressed all the time about if you're doing it right, if you're doing it perfectly, if you made a mistake, if you know, whatever the case may be. So when I kind of let go of that, like everything has to be perfect or I'm not going to get better, like that was a story I was telling myself. So then of course that's going to be the truth. But when I let go of that, and that's why I've been calling this my intuitive raw reset, because it's about listening to yourself, listening to your body, listening to your intuition, and honoring that. Not saying like, no body, I'm not going to do that because I need to do this because this is what this said, this is what this person said, this is what that person ate. No, that is not productive. That's actually very counterproductive to healing. And being kind to yourself, honoring yourself, and just like letting yourself go through this journey, make mistakes, have amazing days, have difficult days, like that's part of the process, and that is going to make you so much stronger and so much more able to deal with what you're going through at the end of the day. So just wanted to share that little piece about letting go of perfection and just doing your part to, you know, push that stress, push that adrenaline to the side, so that your body, oh my gosh, okay, right? So so we're not being perfect, right? That's okay, but you want to let your body just like, you know, do its thing, and it does know what it's doing, and it will tell you what it needs from you. So listen to your body, don't stress, you don't have to be perfect. Love you. Little day in the city, a little girl time, which is always much needed. Went to like Mexican food for lunch, and I just drank my smoothie. So if I can like say no to chips and salsa, then so can you. Anyway, I'm heading out of the city back over to the other side of the world, and I think on the way home I'm gonna stop at a crystal shop that I've never been to. I've been wanting to go there for like months, and I'm just never really in that area. It's in Sausalito, so it's right on my way. And yeah, there's a couple crystals that I've been wanting to pick up, so I'm gonna go and see what they have and what kind of is calling to me. So I'm super excited. I'll show you what I get. So those are some of my new babies. Not all of these are new. I didn't get these all today, but I did get a few of them today. And I just love them. Like they were really just calling to me and felt like I needed to bring them home. So I love these guys. And if you want, I can go a little more into the meaning of some of them and why they feel right at this moment in my life.